listening to Proof Text, a Glossa House podcast by Dr. T. Michael W. Halcomb, Dr. Frederick J. Long, Dr. Mario Melendez, Dr. Jennifer Noonan, and J. M. Smith. Welcome and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Proof Text. I am Michael Halcomb, and in this episode, which is going to be a brief episode, we are attempting to grow our vocabulary. So this is a Growcabulary episode, particularly a Greek vocabulary episode. So what we're going to do is look at one root and go from there. The root this week is iota, delta, id. So if you're watching along, I'm going to open up Step Bible, as I often do here, stepbible.org, and show you a search I'm going to do. If you're just listening, that's fine too. You'll be able to follow along as well. So here we go. I have stepbible.org up on the screen, and I'm going to get my search open. I got my keyboard set to Greek. What I'm going to do is type in our root, iota, delta. We got E. And what you'll see once I hit the More button here is that we only have a handful of words that begin with Eve that pop up. So we have this iota, delta, epsilon, ide, which is related to idu. So then we have idea, which has to do with appearance, and idios, one's own, idumea, idiotes, unlearned. But this is the one I'm looking for. It's actually got a rough breathing over the iota, delta, so that's one way we can tell it apart, the rough breathing iota, delta. And it's the only one, as far as I can tell, with the rough breathing. So that's what's going to set it apart, rough breathing iota, delta. And it's hydros, and it means sweat. We only get it a couple times in the scriptures, and what we're seeing here on the screen is just one of those examples. Luke 22:44, o hydros avtu, his sweat, his perspiration. And believe it or not, this is related to the word eudor, and you can tell it kind of looks like it, upsilon, delta, omega rho, eudor, but hydros. And this, if you were to pronounce the rough breathing like they do in Erasmian, you get hydros. So it sounds like that, or hydros, depending on how you pronounce Erasmian. But you can hear like hydrate in there, right? Hydros. Notice how different that sounds. Hydros versus hydros, or hydros versus hydros. Very, very different sounding. But it's that rough breathing, iota, delta, that is our telltale sign here that we're dealing with this word sweat, or perspiration. And so again, this only occurs a couple times in, perhaps once in the New Testament, maybe once in the Old Testament. But our mnemonic device here would be like hydrate. Iota, delta, rho. Hydrate. So, yeah, I'm going to stop there. I told you this would be a short one, an easy one. Short, sweet, to the point. And you can learn this word very quickly, very easily. But don't sweat it. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Interested in growing your ancient language skills but not sure where to start? Glossa House can help. From illustrated readers and short stories to lexicons and grammars, Glossa House offers a variety of resources for beginning, intermediate, and experienced ancient language learners. Head to glossahouse.com today. Glossa House, language resources for the global community.